Oh, I didn't fix my webcam. Whoops. Nemo. What's up? Alright, now it's finished fixing camera. Camera will fix itself. It's panning slowly. It's doing what it wants. Oh my god, this is so weird. It's like it's on a panoramic view. Very slowly. Stop it. It's annoying me. Oh my god, still doing it. No, stop it. It's irritating. I hate it. You love kitty dog? Nemo is, he's pretty special. My god. Would you quit it? This camera is amazing, but at the same time, it's currently making things better, actually. It's panning so I'm more in frame. You can also see my socks. Amazing. Woo! Socks. One of my friends would love that. One of my friends would love that. Those of you old heads, if there's anybody in here, from the old blog TV days, would know that I have a friend that was obsessed with my sock drawer. One moment. Mr. Nemo. Mr. Nemo. Mr. Nemo. No, 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 no. I say that to the camera and then you got to go. Go over my water first. Go be Mr. Nemo. Mr. Nemo. Put it down. Mr. Nemo. Mr. Nemo is being bad. Mr. Nemo is being bad. Mr. Nemo is either going to have to sit here and be good with me, or he's going to have to go. He's going to have to go. I don't want him to have to go. Just scoot over a little bit. Oh, he's gonna go on a jump. No, 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 no. Oh, hello. Hello, hello. Send kitty instead of titty. But then there'd be some people that would be so mad, so sad. Hey, hey, Mersh. Mersh with the $5 that says suck. Mersh, where would you like that $5 to go to in our, the prize wars here? To the prize wars here. Which of those 4 prizes would you like to fund with your $5? I'm actually going to put these socks on. My feet are cold. Show me your keys. I just showed you one. I just heard something fall. God damn it. Nemo has been a little bit hyperactive today. Mittens was in here, but he didn't come over this way. So, unfortunately, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Really like the Final Frontier poster. That was actually, I got that for free. I got that for free. Do I plan on reviewing the new Agony Scene album? Probably not. I'm gonna review the new Alice in Chains record, which is coming this Friday, I believe, or is that next week? I don't know when it's coming. It's coming soon. And that's going to be kind of my test to see whether or not I'm still have any sort of love for reviewing whatsoever. How do you know which song is playing? Unfortunately, as of right now, all you can really do is ask. The song that's currently playing is Immortals' Mighty Raven Dark. Mighty Raven Dark is the name of the song. The band is Immortal. They are legends. But, yeah, Mersh, if you're still in here, where do you want that $5 to go to, lady or gentleman? Thank you very much for that, BT Dubs. By the way, getting us ever closer to something. To something happening. You just thought Immortal sounds way different? Well, this is off of their new album from this year. This is off of their new album from this year. They're a two-piece now. So, brand new, well, not brand new singer, but no longer the same singer. Is the new Alice in Chains singer good? I think so. I honestly think so. I like William Duvall. I like William Duvall. I'll play a song of theirs after this. Well, if I don't hear anything from merch, then the $5 will just go to, I guess, streamer's choice. That'll be me, and I'll probably end up putting it toward the hard drive. That way, it doesn't look so lonely there in 4th place. Or actually, you know what? Maybe anybody who doesn't let me know what the where they want it to go to should automatically go to the cash prize. That might actually make a little bit more sense. I don't know. What do you guys think? Give me a little bit of feedback on that one. If a woman gives birth on a staircase, does that mean it's a stepchild? It does. You don't understand the number of women that give birth on staircases in this life, in this world. That is exactly how that happens. You figured it out. You've broken the code. I always get confused between immortal and immolation. That's a little harder to do, I would say. That's a little less, that's a little less of what I would expect. Oh, I completely botched that, and I don't even care that I really botched that because it took me right where I wanted to anyway.
This is my car.
I don't give a crap if that's your car. You know what I like more than my Lamborghini? Knowledge. I like knowledge. I read a new book every single day. And look at this lady. There's a Subaru owner that's going to die in her Subaru. Twistle and Mobius, what's going on right now? You're kind of upset right now, so you came here to listen to music and hang out. Hey Lane, the song is playing right now. That voice is William Duvall. That voice is William Duvall. So, a little bit of exposure for you. Alright, the $5 is going to go to the cash prize. Guy popped in, dropped a $5, and then decided to leave. Interesting. Hey, whatever. If he means by that $5 that I suck, then, well, joke's on him. I just got $5. We just got $5 to go toward our endeavors here. Oh, Twistle and Mobius was on a date. Nice. How'd it go? Sounds like Lane. Oh man, this song got me through a really, really rough memento. Right after my uncle committed suicide. Which literally happened like 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe even less than that. Might have been like only like a week or so. When was this album released? When the hell was this album released? Like, I know it was in 2013. But I'm thinking of like late May, early June. Or whatever it was. My uncle ended up committing suicide around my birthday that year, and this song got me through. Wait, what's that? Sweet guy really wanted to give you his money. Yeah, that's true. Your uncle just OD'd today. Lane, oh dude. It is not easy. It is not an easy thing to deal with. Will Grello, you do a review of Austrian Death Machine. Get to the chopper while you're at it. Hey, $5 from Twistle and Mobius going toward the Metalhead Box sub. There you go. That Metalhead Box sub is starting to pull away a little bit. Hey, I have some news. R.I.P. Robbie Rotten. True that, man. True that. I cannot argue with that at all. We're losing too many people. We're starting to get back into that old 2016 cycle of losing people really quick. You know, they say death comes in threes, but right now it's getting even more of a burst of folks. When did Robbie die? That was less than a week ago. Or was that today? That was today. Robbie Rotten's gone. Jonathan Davis's wife has passed. Of course, Aretha Franklin passed. Jim the Anvil Neidhart, lead singer of Annihilator. It's been a rough month, truly. Kiara Sonata's Music, $5 heading toward the Metalhead Box 3-month subscription. Thank you very much. Man, that one's looking like it's going to pull away even further. Riffy Boy's not here to be competitive. And of course, we haven't had any real big boys yet. But oh boy. Oh yes, I don't want to forget about Jill Janis. Good God. Yeah, Jill Janis from Huntress unfortunately took her own life. That was the same day as Aretha Franklin's passing. And that was sad, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you, I didn't listen to a lot of Huntress in my life. I barely ever touched their material. I don't think I ever reviewed it either, but anytime it has something to do with suicide, anytime somebody takes their own life, that's rough. That's rough. Especially taken, you know, from somebody who's been there, you know what I mean, who has looked down that dark road. And you know, they say that whenever you stare at the abyss stares back. Man, that's true. That is as true as it gets. Well, like I said, this song, Low Ceiling, was the name of that track. This was from The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here, Alice in Chains' album from 2013. That got me through whenever my uncle killed himself. But here's the thing. I'm going to be 100% real with you guys, and I'm not sure if this is going to sound cruel. And you know, I'm going to put it on a track that actually, again, very much a helpful track for me. It was requested actually as part of the all request stream for free that we held a little bit earlier this month. And it's a Dream Theater song. I know some of you guys will be like, oh damn, Dream Theater. But A Nightmare to Remember is really fucking, it hits me. But again, this may sound a little cruel, but whenever my uncle died, I wasn't all that sad. That dude had, my God, the struggles that he had, and the struggles that, you know, his struggles caused other people. That's another thing to remember. That's another thing to remember. This was not something that was just his struggles. And I'm trying to do like 3 things at once here, so I apologize if I'm kind of all over the place. But he was in Vietnam. He's a Vietnam vet. Got highly and heavily affected by Agent Orange. He was always, whenever he was younger, he was a guy that was trying to sort of get the approval of his father, who was amazingly abusive and cruel. Definitely not a good guy. You know, definitely not a Father of the Year candidate whatsoever. But let's just say that the Agent Orange is really what did him in. Slowly but surely, it destroyed the person that he was. He had horrible post-traumatic stress is what they call it now. It'd be shell shock or whatever. Both of my uncles did, because they both went to Vietnam. They were both got They could not walk on the same sidewalk as somebody of Asian descent because the guilt and the horror, like, they didn't know what to do. I'm fairly certain that I recall a story from my mother saying that after just passing after just passing someone of Asian descent in the street, one of my uncles actually, the next place that he was kind of free from everybody and by himself, he cried. Gamma Angel says he sent a big boy. But anyway, my phone is not functioning properly. Wow! Gamma, you was not... That sentence was about to be awful. That sentence was about to be, Gamma, you wasn't kidding. Jesus Christ. Never again. Anyway. It was just, it caused a lot of trauma. And based off of that, it was bad news. Show it. Show it, please. Oh, there it is. Metalhead box sub $32. Wow. Alright, Gamma, I'll wait for you to be back. I'll wait for you to be back, dude. Do I even do album reviews anymore? I haven't for a while. I will openly admit that. And dude, I just saw something earlier today. Like, everybody and their mother is getting burned. They're all getting burnout. That's what it was for me. Burnout, and I hate the voice that I have right now. It didn't feel like it was... I didn't feel like I was saying anything whenever I was... I tried to do a couple reviews in July, and it just didn't feel like I was saying a word that made any sort of sense. Or, was worth it. So, the best thing for me to do at that point was just to not do it. So, have I been okay? Yeah, I've been fine. I was I had a really bad first half of the year. I had a really bad first half of the year, and then once I finally recovered from that, which was like shortly after my birthday, which was in June, then I started focusing on a couple of other things. I knew that I wanted to get some CDs liquidated, so I started a CD sale. You can actually see what is still left of the CD sale by typing !CD sale. We do have Nightbot. All those things that you see in the stream title with an exclamation point before them, you can type those in to chat and get more information. You could also do exclamation point CKN Club and I think exclamation point cat, which are fun. Exclamation point cat's really fun because it just goes meow. But I was thinking real deep. And some of you guys that remember the streams from late April and especially into May, you could no doubt tell that I was in just a horrible place. And I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. I feel like it's apt considering this tonal change right here. I was going to close down the channel on my birthday. I was going to officially stop. That was my plan. And originally I thought about doing that on the 10-year anniversary as well. So at first it was the 10-year anniversary. That was going to be the day we were going to celebrate, and I was going to also announce my retirement from reviewing. But I still had the Listomania stuff that I needed to finish and post, so I wanted to do that. I didn't want to say, hey, I'm done, and then post something else that's dumb. So I got that stuff done. And then I thought about my birthday, and I thought, you know what? That's it. That's the day. Have one stream, last hurrah, you know, that's it. As we got closer to the date, though, you know, we did a couple of streams and stuff like that, and I thought, you know, what the heck. I still hadn't posted the video from One of a Kind doing the live donation giving. The last video, ironically, that I posted. That didn't happen until after my birthday. And then after that, my focus got kind of sidetracked completely. Did the CD sale. CD sale started to really reinvigorate the love of music and, you know, when they get stuff to you guys. And so I started thinking, well, okay, well then, you know, this train isn't over yet. Tried to do 3 reviews in July. Had them recorded. Didn't feel very good about them after I hit, you know, the red button again to finish recording. I watched them back and hated them. I hated them completely with every fabric of my being. They got deleted immediately. They never got posted. They never made it to the light of day, and they never will, which is unfortunate because one of them was the second part of Between the Buried and Me's album cycle from this year, and I had said I was going to review that, and I mean I still could, but it's not really relevant now, so what's the point? I can tell you guys right here what the score was for that. It was a 27 out of 30. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was much better than the first half. The other 2 were the new Obscura album, which was also very good, and Skeleton Witch, their new album. So, at that point in time, I just thought, well, we're going to do like we did last year. We're going to mostly stream. That's cool. And right now, I don't really have retirement in my head. Instead, I see this as kind of a transitional period where maybe we'll do a couple reviews here and there, but of course the big transition is eventually going to be a hop into Twitch, which we've been talking about for almost 2 years now. And I've encountered a ton of issues with that. And a lot of it, some of it is myself. Alright? Some of it is myself. What about the new 5 Finger Death Punch album? Come on, do you know me? There's garbage and then there's hot garbage, and that's hot garbage. Someone just sent me a message that just says, hi. So, when did I upload my first ever video on YouTube? Oh boy, that was many, many moons ago. Because I had uploaded videos prior to being CKN under other channels, and I think the earliest for those was in like late 2007. What are we listening to right now? This is A Nightmare to Remember by Dream Theater. Yeah, the thing is that if I were to stream over on Twitch, I'd still be streaming. I just maybe, you know, I wouldn't be streaming over here on YouTube. How's the newest Godsmack album? Oh god, what happened to them? What happened to Godsmack? Here's a little thing about the new Godsmack album. I heard the single on the radio, and I thought it was Shinedown. I didn't even think it was Godsmack. Whenever I heard it was Godsmack, I was like, oh no. Then I listened to a couple tracks off of that album, and that was it. That's one of the worst albums of the year for me. It was bad. Score for the new Skeleton Witch album, 23. 23. I just got a message from Lurchy Boy. What's going on? Ah! He finally got his package. See? Lurch right there just received a package from the CD sale. You can too! Exclamation point CD sale. that tells you what's still available. Then you have to let me know about, let me know on one of the CKN social media platforms what you're interested in. It's my favorite Avenged Sevenfold album, The Stage. That album was, I can fairly say that album was brilliant. That was a very well-tailored album. Has plenty of variety, does everything right. So, how about the newest Disturbed single? I'm very meh toward it. It's a single that exists. I don't know what my expectations are for the new Disturbed album. I feel like if they just make Immortalized Part 2, I'm gonna hate it. Because I love it whenever bands are able to kind of, you know, maintain a nice, you know, a nice bass medium, but also challenge themselves. Oh, damn it, I'm not even going to try for the HH card anymore. Also, yes, Dream Theater. Hey, you never know, dude. Riff, you never know. Somebody could come along and slap a big one on there and get things close once again. Remember, Riff, you were all about Trivium. And Trivium was getting its ass kicked. And then Trivium did not get its ass kicked. And I still have to make that video. Actually, I just need to record that video. I have the material prepared. How about Jordan Rudess solo albums? I haven't listened to nearly enough of them. By that I mean, like, I've listened to isolated songs. I've not listened to full Jordan Rudess solo discs. Behind me is that a Pearl Jam poster. Which one are you speaking about? Which one of that, or which one are you referring to? Oh, that one? No, that's a Soundgarden poster. It's Chris Cornell, boob. I don't know what I just said. It sounded like I just said boob. That's Soundgarden, boob. Whatever. Nah. What a ridiculous thing. Update to my streamer notifications. Now what? God, everybody's changing shit right now whenever I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to do something. Stop it. Stop changing your shit whenever I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to stream for these nice people here. You see the house poster? Nice. Rank 'em all creator. Oh boy. Well, we know where the top would, what the top would look like. The top would not be very hard to decipher. Why do people care more about Chester's death than Chris Cornell? Because this is my theory. Whenever Chester died, he was still extremely active, and Linkin Park had just, well, Chris Cornell was active as well, but Linkin Park had just released an album about a month or so before that. Got a lot of flack. Chris died. The two of them were very close. The whole story was just very sad. And Chester was, at the moment of being deceased, was the more popular man between the two of them. I hate to say that because Chris Cornell's immortal. Like, the dude is just an incredible singer. Was an incredible singer. You know, whatever it may be. But, that's just one of those deals where I think that, and Chester more recently transcended, you know, sort of transcended from just being in a rock band to being, you know, a pop culture style icon and stuff like that, whereas Chris Cornell was more just about the music. Thresh Synergy by X-Toll is next, as requested by Charles Wagner with the $4.99. Hey, Charles, my man, nice to see ya. Where's that $4.99 heading to, my dude? Which of those four over there is that heading to? Let a brother know. Charles is here to save us once again. Have I been in Seattle? Reach down, no, I've never been to Seattle. It's always been a dream destination for me to get to Seattle at least once in my life. Would I live there? Probably not. At one point, I thought I was gonna live there. I was gonna go to school there, but that has since very much changed. Obviously, You know, I thought a lot of cool stuff was going to happen there. How good is Opeth? They're pretty good. I like them a little bit. I like them just a little bit. Start with all songs and all albums and just do it all. Just everything. Exclude nothing from your journey among the Opethness. The Opethery. Favorite song from United Abomination? I don't know. There's a lot of albums where I don't have favorite songs. You have to understand. Nothing I really focus very much on. I'll be honest. It's not something that I focus incredibly on, unless something really juts out at me and just absolutely slams me to the ground. Like, for example, The Mantle by Agalloch. In the Shadow of Our Pale Companion is probably one of, if not my favorite song of all time. But I would struggle to say that it's my favorite song on that album because I also really like the Hawthorne Passage so much. I'm such a big fan of the Hawthorne Passage. What did I think about the last Ghost album? Brilliant. And I'll tell you why I thought it was brilliant. Because they've transitioned from 70s to 80s. They threw that ABBA influence in there. The songs are cheesy as hell, but they're so fun to listen to. It's addicting. It's an addicting album. That's why I love it. Is that I don't care if it's something that sounds like a straight, like, 80s pop metal ripoff. I can't stop listening to it. So to me, it's good. You know what I mean? Like that's one of those deals. Yeah, Charles. With the prize wars, it's very similar to the bid war. Just let me know which one of those 4 prizes you want your $4.99 to head toward. And for those of you who are wondering, the guarantee amount, because you know I like to do guarantee amounts to guarantee that multiple prizes could potentially get given out. The guarantee amount is $400. Guarantee amount is $400. Maru is in the building. Maru is in the building. Maru went to the ABBA Museum this summer. First of all, I didn't know that existed. Second of all, that would be so cool to go to, I bet. 17 and think I'm awesome? I'm twice your age, and you're awesome for being here. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate who you are. I don't appreciate the fact that my PayPal is being incredibly, incredibly retarded. That's always fun, but okay, whatever. We have ways of making this work. Warrior by Anala says it's going to number 3. Dude, my prize is this channel in this moment. Keep the money, bro. Alright, Charles. Well, here's the thing. I have kind of like a little like house rule for stuff like that. What that'll mean is that the $4.99 will go to the cash prize. It'll go to the cash pool. So, I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. I appreciate you calling this stream your prize. That means a lot, dude. That means an absolute ton. A metric ton of awesome is what that is. And hey, if you come out of here with a prize, Charles, extra good, right? Maro's putting the $12 by the way to number 3, so the Metalhead box is just, it's taking off. It has permission to fly, and it is flying high during this stream. And hey, guess what? Look at that. Look at that. We're already over $400. I haven't even made the announcement yet. I haven't even updated the cash prize total yet. I haven't even made the announcement yet. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. Hey, man, a little X-Toll, dude. You want to talk about old school. Thank you very much, dude. I remember whenever that album came out, I saw it in the I saw it at FYE. I wanted to get that for a long time, and then what ended up happening, my best friend ended up getting it. So what we used to do back then was that we would get albums, and then we would swap and rip them and stuff like that, because we were poor high school kids that had CD burners but didn't have enough money to afford every single record that we wanted, which was all of them, by the way. We wanted everything. So we would end up just ripping one another's stuff. That's why I have so many burnt albums in my books and stuff like that, is because it's a lot of stuff that my best friend got. So, oh, excuse me. I have not even made the announcement yet. Anila with Warrior is up next. I want to get that started. Or at least get to where I need to be before I make the announcement. So let's make the announcement. Let's do it right now. Hey, there's 25 people here. That's pretty good, and it's going to be repeated. I'll try to make a command in. I'll try to make a command in chat. That way you can find out what it's all about. But yesterday, two things happened that were very, very important. First of all, if you happen to be on Instagram, first of all, you should add coverkillernation over on Instagram, because we did something kind of cool. We did our first ever post-stream smoke break, which is where I go outside, have a smoke, sit down, and talk a little bit more with you guys. And that stream, or that little thing, is like 20 minutes or so. It's not very long, and what I usually do there is I don't talk too much about CKN matters. At least that's going to be my plan. It's to relax a little bit. It's more so the relaxation after the stream. I won't field very many questions or things like that. I will communicate with chat. It's more so a casual, like, hanging with friends type deal. So imagine that you are, during that stream, sitting in the chair next to me. We're both just sitting there and staring out at the landscape in front of us and just chilling out, you know what I mean? Gods of Violence is hated? That's dumb. People are stupid. So we'll be trying. I'm going to try to do that again. This is going to be very much weather permitting tonight, because there's supposed to be storms moving through the area. Right now, though, it is sunny and beautiful. So as of right now, that stream, or that little post stream, is still on. So if you're on Instagram, add coverkillernation over there, and directly after the stream ends, which will probably be around 6:30 or so, head over to Instagram. I will be going live for the post-stream, weather permitting. Second of all, and more important for those of you who don't have Instagram, who are just in here, somebody yesterday made the, oh my gosh, made the insane observation that one thing that's never been done in this stream is a bad song stream. So we were talking about bad albums yesterday. And people were discussing, hey, how much would it take? Like how much in a donation would it take for you to re-listen to Lulu by Metallica, or would you would you listen to Lulu for a year and nothing but it for like $5 million? Like, just these absurd ideas. Just these absurd ideas. So, as a result, I feel like taking on the challenge. I feel like taking on a challenge. So, coming up very, very soon, we will have a bad songs stream. And what that will entail is that you have to request bad music to me. I'm going to try to make it a little interactive, where maybe the music will be down a little low for you guys, or you'll see that the song is being played on my side. That way you guys don't have to be tortured, or you can be tortured with me. You can be tortured with me. That might end up being what happens, is that you end up just being tortured with me, and you get to just laugh at me. What will have to happen, though, what will have to happen if that's the case, if it happens to be where you guys have to be tortured with me with the bad songs, I have to be either in full rant mode or in review mode in order to, you know, cut this down. So essentially, I cannot be, you know, I have to be in character. You know, I have to be in character in order to do this. And the reason why I want to do this, and the reason why I want to run with this idea is because they mentioned something else. They said, it'd be for a good cause, right? That's what we're doing here. 30% of the proceeds of all donations are going to the Ronnie James Dio Cancer Fund. So yeah, that's a good cause. That's a great cause. And funding prizes as well, that's another great cause. It's something that eventually, you know, could have residual positive impact for those of you that are in chat, and those of you who would be requesting and donating these tracks, for these tracks. And now I may have to make a special donation, you know, some sort of special rule for donations whenever it comes to these. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. There might be a $5 minimum, or there might be a $10 minimum or something like that just for that stream. I'm not sure how that's going to be handled as of yet. It's something that I've just basically convinced myself that would be a great idea, that it would be a really good idea, and that we should do it. That we should do it, you know. So, that stream, I'm hoping, no guarantee, I'm hoping it's Friday. I'm hoping it's this coming Friday. But again, there's no guarantee. If that date gets changed, I will tell you, I will tell it to the mountaintops and tell it to the world. You know, I would tell it to the mountaintops 100%. 100%. Oh, Anal Nakarath, I love you so much. What a great band. So, this is, by the way, Warrior by Anala. This was requested by Maru. Maru, I hope you stuck around through all that rant in order for your song to be played. If not, I apologize. I wanted to get that out there. I wanted to get that out there into the world, into the ether, into the never, through the never. Words. This is a longer track, but it's worth it because, hey, first of all, $12 donation. And second of all, well, you'll just have to listen to this. Because Anala, I recognize that name. I recognize that name. Quite ironic having Bad Songs live stream with donation for curing cancer. Hey, just Eric, sometimes irony is beautiful, isn't it? I don't know Bad Songs because I don't remember them. Now, let me expand your mind even further. Let me expand your mind even further. Bad songs do not have to be limited to rock and heavy metal. Avoid meme tracks, you know, like actual legitimate, like memes. Like that Tom G. Warrior rap project. The legitimate one, the one that actually exists and has Warrior backing, that's good. The meme one that was created by somebody here in the coverkillernation community wouldn't fly. And also, if you request Rainbow Stalin, that's not a bad song. That's a good song. It's a parody of All This Love by, I forget the band name. It's really, really fun. I like it a lot. How does the request song thing work? Donations or something? Yeah, donations. Right now I have a queue of songs that were requested a couple weeks back that I run through, but anybody who donates for a song is Izzy. If you need some more information about requesting songs, Nightbot will have you covered here in just a second. I'm not surprised by that, Lurch. That's a little Hong Kong 98 action going on. That's totally legit. That's totally legit. Also, I will also make the assertion that if you request one of those things that's like 60 minutes long of the same song, the same annoying thing over and over again, I'm going to magnify the amount that needs to be donated to $600. $60 for, you know, the runtime, and $540 for the time wasted out of our lives. He might not know about it yet. I might have to message him about that. I haven't messaged him on Twitter in a bit. I probably should do that. Anything Cardi B. Listen, we need to do this while I don't have neighbors below me that can be like, wow, what the fuck's wrong with that guy? Because the minute I get neighbors below me, they're probably not going to be cool. Every single neighbor I've had below me has sucked. You know, let's keep it at a position where people will understand why I'm yelling at Meghan Trainor garbage. Of course, none of y'all probably want to request Meghan Trainor, because that means y'all have to listen to Meghan Trainor too, which, whew, wouldn't want that fate for myself. I barely want that fate for myself now. Daniel, coming in hot. I think I need to actually, yes I do. I do have to make a slight adjustment. I'll tell you what's hard to do sometimes. It's sometimes very hard to do math on the fly. It sometimes is a little difficult to do math on the fly. I won't lie. It is not a strength of mine. Gojira Silvera is what he wants to hear. We're going to hear that next. He says, put it to the Hell's Headbangers. Hey, he's got your back there, Riff. He's got your back. He's got your back, brother. Svetlana in the house. Hey, Riff Notebook, is your girlfriend here? Dude, I'm going to taunt you with that. I'm going to play with that for a while, because, yo. Why not? Russian girls need love, too. Andy is back after a long hiatus. Yeah, it's hard to do meth on the fly. That's absolutely true. It's hard to do meth at all. I don't even know how you do meth. How do you do meth? How do you meth? I have no idea. GZ? Oh boy. We might have a treat for you. We might have a treat for you. So GZ, remember last night whenever people were talking about, hey, what if we did a bad song stream? Might happen Friday. It might happen Friday. Whew. Oika Veka. So yeah, what the deal for that will be, to reiterate to those who just came in, oh dear. Huh. It's gonna be something. Every request will have to be a bad song. If you request a good song, I will make you change it to a bad song. And I'm going to be in full rant mode. It's a bad song stream. Right now is aiming to be on Friday. And there'll be a donation minimum for a bad song. $5 or $10. I'm thinking $5 at this point. I don't know. That might actually get too much. I don't know. I still have a couple things I need to work out with the whole thing. Watch me whip the sequel. Yeah, that should have been Despacito. Whoops. Problem is, I didn't have that much. Like, I didn't have that much of a problem with that track. It's gonna be pretty nuts. I'm gonna request the Angel and the Gambler. Oh Christ. It's a real shame Wobbin's not here right now. It's a real shame Wobbin's not here right now. For reasons that, yeah. It's a real damn shame Wobbin's not here at the moment. Wobbin, if you're out there in the ether somewhere, hanging out, you know, doing your thing, come chill with your boys. All of a sudden, Andy realized it's that song. Oh fuck. Make a lot of 6 Feet Under requests. Eventually, after like 1 or 2 by the same band, I'm gonna run out of material. I'm gonna run out of things to say about them. It's just gonna start being repetitious. As a good rule of thumb, not all pop music necessarily will elicit maximum douchey response from me. Yeah, don't you know that I can save you? Don't you know that I am your savior? Don't you know that I can save your life? Ha! The striptease song. Tell you, man, Hong Kong '98. Ha! Boots and Blood. Oh God. Oh Lord. What have I got myself into? I better free up lots of time. I better get started early. This is gonna be a long stream, sounds like. Crap. This is also making me think that I should maybe take tomorrow off and try to get a certain video completed. Just in time. Just in time. Oh God, you know what? I just thought of, oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, never mind. Okay. I had to think of something real quick. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now just 6 more. That'll be easy. Because we know 1 is a guarantee. Five more. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. Wondrous. We could easily do the entire Catharsis album. Oh God. The Astonishing full album. Okay. Andy. The Alex Jones Prison Planet Not of This World. What in the world is... Oh wait, I know what that is. Never mind. I was confused for 5 whole seconds. Now I'm not confused. That's awesome, dude. Oh man, yes. 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 Might as well do it now because that would not really count as a bad song on Friday. Alright, I'm very curious about something. Oh, that's not nearly as long as I thought. If you want me to play the entire Astonishing album, I'm going to need $200. $130 for the actual album runtime, and $70 for the damn inconvenience. Change of Seasons, and there goes half the street. Oh, dude. Change of Seasons is a good song, though. That's a really, really good song. That's an awesome track. What's going on, Alec? How you doing, man? How you doing? That's one. He's like, that's one big massive nope. That's a no. Okay, fine. I'll dip it down to $150. $130 for the album, $20 for the inconvenience. And I'm not happy about dropping that price down. I'm not happy about that. Dropping that price down and by itself feels inconvenient, so you best like come and wash my car, suck my dick, I don't know. I have not listened to that album once in 2018. I have not listened to The Astonishing once in 2018. Oh, dude, a lot of stuff off of Chocolate Starfish and Hot Dog Flavored Water by Limp Bizkit is just abysmal. It's just really, really bad. See you later, Pavalos. I'll see you next time, man. Got some good Shira. You know what? I think we're done knowing what Corey Taylor thinks about everything. I think we are done knowing what Corey Taylor thinks of everything. It's kind of amazing. Yep, Silvera is here. Oh, Gamma's back. Very good. Your joke song wasn't read? Yes, it was. Yeah, the Alex Jones Prison Planet, None of This World. It'll be played. It's gonna be played next. It's a thing. It's a sure thing. I don't know why my PayPal is being dumb. Oh, it shows that. What? How does that make a lick of sense? We're gonna have to go to the we're gonna have to go to the actual online side, considering the mobile side of PayPal appears to be broken. That's not my password, is it? Nope, sure isn't. That's not it either, is it? Hack myself out of my own damn... How? It shows it, but it doesn't show it. Okay. Plan C. Always have plan C's. There we go. Haha! I don't know. PayPal's officially busted. You can still use it. It'll still come to me and everything will work, but just the way that it's being reflected to me. After this, we have the Alex Jones Prison Plant, and then, yeah, Dream States is right after that. That big boy. Because I know the Alex Jones Prison Plant track is not long. And it's a thing. Silvera by Gojira. What a track, man. What a good album. I think this album's a bit underappreciated. I think it's a little underappreciated between you and me. This is the Alex Jones Prison Planet.
If you come over with white in your eyes and say, listen, there's a globalist takeover, here's the plan. People listen, they know the truth. All I'm saying is, I'm trying to save humanity. I'm trying to have a future for my kids. The globalists are building a world where normal human life is over. It's a total revolution against the planet itself. I've done my research.
Like, this is actually not too bad.
Chills, folks. And the churches aren't going to tell you. It is
not as broke as the Hardy Boys.
This world.
The what soundtrack?
Bible and every other ancient text says.
This is the Alex Jones Prison Planet.
It's not of this world. I don't know exactly what it is or what it's doing. But this is not human intelligence, okay? It's not human intelligence!
The Obscura Diluvium full album? I want to say it's like 53 or 54 minutes, so 54 bucks.
You're living in a science fiction movie on a planet in deep space.
Cool.
Advanced technology, space travel, interdimensional. It's all ours. The eye's not seen, ear's not heard what God has in store with us.
This is just...
all the stupid racist white people, the stupid racist black people, all the stupid racist Mexicans, all of you. I can't stand you, you're idiots. We're under attack. Everybody's under attack.
Aliens. What a beautiful thing that was. Anyways, Machines of Man, Dream States. We have the full album here. It's only 32 minutes. I know what y'all are thinking. Only 32? Damn, that's a long time. But hey, big boy Gamma with the $32 donation. Give him respect. Show him that sign to sweet him for this. And hey, has Gamma ever let us down? No. So enjoy this. This is Dream States by the band Machines of Man, which Gamma has also said is a local band? Another local SLC band that I missed last year. Okay. There we go. So this right here, this is a 7-track album. I don't know anything about this, so I know that there's a sax right there, and that sax is giving me a boner. And I also have to pee. A lot. Oh, Lurch is missing. Lurchy boy's gonna miss the saxophone. The saxophone. The sexy phone. Y'all in for a treat? I'm gonna be in for a treat too, but I got pee. So the toilet's in for a treat right here. Hold on. Burb. There we go. Alright. Beautiful. Oh, I need this extra pillar. Alright. I am ready to roll. Oh, just in time for Symbiosis, which is the second track. The first track was Dream States, just an opener. Is this a Symbiosis? Give that a little crank job right there. The Mike Pence Space Force thing with Halo, yeah. This gave me good memories of playing Halo back in the day. Especially whenever I was like wasted out of my freaking brain. Because those conversations with people were very amusing. And people got way too serious about that game. Like, you'll note whenever I start game streaming today, yeah, I get serious about shit too. You know, I yell and curse and do everything like the rest of them, but... Dude, that was back in the day whenever everybody was a hacker, everybody was using wall hacks or wall clips or cheat codes or whatever. Yeah, that's what everybody was quote-unquote doing. Oh boy. I have Ultras of Grief right now, it's 24. I like the album. I have listened to that album a little bit more than whenever I made that ranking. So, by the end of the year, it may fluctuate, I don't know. And that's even if I... Dude, at this point, I'm not even sure about a list for this year. I'm not sure how I'm going to even do that. I've listened to stuff, but my log is... it's gone. It does have a little bit of a Between the Buried and Me feel, somewhat. This is Machines of Man. That's the name of the band. See if I can maybe get the try to get the album cover up for you. Yeah, I figured everything would start going slower because of that. Metal hitbox. Oh boy! Animal noises! Aminals! Hooray! I feel like I'm in the jungle. I'm about to get eaten by like a camel or something. Wait, camel in the jungle? What the? The album cover right there. That's a pretty cool album cover. I like it. I really like that album cover quite a bit. So good job on them for their, and good job to their graphic designer for that. That's pretty cool. That's some solid art. Somebody arted well. Well, you can tell your boys, Gamma, that so far they have the old seal of approval from old CKN. I like this so far. I like what they do. Is it necessarily like innovative, or is it necessarily something that's going to like knock my socks off by the end of it? It probably won't. But they are proficient, they are efficient, and their songwriting is tight. It's an enjoyable listen. That's what's up. Let me check on something real quick. I've heard the Rivers of Nil release. Oh yes. Oh yes, I have. That album is going to be... First of all, if albums like the Orphan Land release didn't exist, it would have like basically a free #1, potentially. It's going to be a hard one to beat. It's really good. I think that rain there is going to miss us. If it does look like it's going to rain, by the way, I will have to dip for a couple of minutes. I will have to dip for a couple of moments. Because I gotta cover something up. I'll have to head outside now to cover up some food for the outside cat for Crazy. Which, if you guys were at the post-stream smoke break last night over on Instagram, you got to meet Crazy. Yeah, if you have Instagram, add coverkillernation over there. Add CKN over there. We're gonna be doing, or at least try to do like a post-stream little, like, calm, relaxing daily wop over there. Bring Me the Horizon dropped a new single today, eh? Okay. I didn't know that. This is the first I've been made aware of such things. So that was Symbiosis. And right now, This is track 3, entitled Days Later. Now, there's one thing I'm seeing here. Is that track right there was about 7 minutes and 16 seconds. The next couple are noticeably shorter, with I think the longest one being about 4.5 minutes. No, I'm wrong. I Am the Colossus goes to Fractals. That's about 6:20 or so. And then the last cut's, that's basically, we just listened to the longest track on the album. It can be Legendary Beast, but one thing that I have to do, considering I'm running a laptop to stream right now, I always have to have it plugged in. So sometimes that can be a little scary whenever it storms. Am I going to do a rank 'em all list for Cradle of Filth? I don't know. Maybe. Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you, oi. When am I going to start streaming on Twitch? I haven't been able to set a date yet. That is what's playing right now. Machines of Man. Machines of Man is the name of the band. I'll keep that on the screen for a little bit, actually. Make it a little bigger. Bam. There we go. May fall asleep while watching the stream? Hey, that's cool, man. I would actually take that as a pretty big compliment that you're able to do that. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to pay that compliment to anybody because whenever I watch streams, it tends to be something that I'm really into. Although I will say that during a couple marathons, I've fallen asleep multiple times during runs. But those are mostly runs that are occurring at like 4 in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, I missed the finale of this most recent Summer Games Done Quick over on Twitch because I fell asleep. Because the last run was absurd. Last run was Final Fantasy VI, I believe, and it got turned into a 100% run. So that put it at like 6 or 7 hours. And I made it about 5.5 hours deep. Couldn't make it to the end. Yep, band is Machines of Man. Album is entitled Dreamscapes. Dream States, rather. My apologies. You worked 10 hours today? Oh, dude. Whew. And yeah. I remember that wasn't that long ago for me, my man. During tax season, it was not uncommon for me to run 10 to 12 hour days, work 60 a week. We were extremely short-staffed this year. It was way different than 2017. Because in 2017, if you remember, I was still able to stream and produce a couple of videos. But as we got deeper into the season here in 2018, I couldn't stream. I couldn't do anything really, because on my days off I was just too exhausted to even want to like press buttons and sit here and talk. How do I make music play over the stream? I toyed with things is what I pretty much did. Basically, I just run it through my audio. I don't think I have anything special on OBS that does that. No. It's being output, it's audio that's being output to me. So that audio is also output onto the stream. And honestly, there would probably be one of the big things that works for me is that I work with a I work with a set of headphones, obviously, so where my mic is my mic is actually on the camera itself. It's on this HD Microsoft camera I have. If I remove these headphones, you would get an echo with the music. So, a couple things to avoid there. That's why you're able to have. That's why you're able to have a game audio on there as well. A lot of times, what you're hearing is what the streamer's hearing as well. How much money would you need to pay if I wanted to request a song from something as shitty as Saint Anger Eludvidium Insanus? Well, we're going to be doing that bad song stream on Friday, and right now, I'm questioning whether or not to make it a $5 minimum or a $10 minimum. So it'd probably be something along those lines. Whenever it comes to, you know, not that offense, if your song is under 5 minutes, $2 to $3 will do it. $2 to $3 will do it. If your song is between 5 minutes and 10 minutes, $5 will do it. $7 will do it, you know. A lot of folks like the idea of $1 a minute. You know, so if you're ever unsure, just go for $1 a minute. Because that's what it is for songs over 10 minutes. Songs over 10 minutes are $1 a minute. That is non-negotiable. So yeah, there will be a minimum for a song. We're not going to do albums on Friday. But if anyone tries to pull one of those like 60 minutes of the same thing type videos, not going to happen for $5 to $10. Nope, not in the slightest. Just saying. Just remember, it is for charity. 30% of it's going to the Ryan James Dio Cancer Fund. We're trying to fund these prizes. That way we can... I want to give some stuff away to you guys, man. I want to give you guys some stuff. Well, shit, there goes $80+ dollars. Yeah, Mirror Reaper would be $80+ dollars. But so worth it. So very worth it. So tremendously satisfying it would be. Of course, not everybody agrees with that, so, you know, it's whatever. I'm gonna need some more drink here soon. I'm gonna need some more drinkus here pretty soon. We're about to reach track number 5, entitled Bones of the Sky. We're more than halfway through the album already. If you can imagine that, if you can believe that. That to me is kind of hard to believe. And again, that's evidence of a smooth listen in my opinion. See, one thing that I always look at whenever it comes to albums is my ability to go and do other things and kind of forget where the time goes and where my focus maintains. So, for example, if I listen to an album and I go to maybe work on a spreadsheet or, you know, just browse around and look up information, you know, essentially do some of the early things that are required for a review. If I find myself being distracted by the music because I want to hear what's going on, because I like what I'm hearing, I'm hooked by it, and then I look down there and realize, shit, this album's halfway done. I feel like I've only listened to 1 or 2 tracks, or I've only been here for like 10 minutes. That's a good album. That's what I mean whenever I say it's an album that doesn't really feel its runtime. You know what I mean? What's the ranking of Sorceress? question. Are you talking like out of 30, or are you talking in like the rank 'em all? This is the absolutely needed slower song that is soon going to become something even greater than what it is. That sort of spacey, airy atmosphere. Almost grants a little bit of a Pink Floyd touch, but not quite. See, with Opeth, it's really difficult, in my opinion. Because I love all... I've found something to love about every one of their albums. Well, I don't think I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, so that might be a good day. I don't think I'm going to stream tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm going to take some time and work on a certain video that may need to be completed in order for the stream on Friday to have some ammo, you know. Not saying anything more than that. And rank them all. The bad part is I'd still probably put Sorceress near the bottom. And the only reason why is because a lot of my top like 5 or 6 Opeth albums are pretty untouchable. Like those are really, really hard to move. Especially once you get into like the top 3. Because Still Life for me is still just the album that I continuously go back to and just love to death. Like every single riff on that album just works. You know, Blackwater Park is the same way, but there's a little bit more bend in the river with Still Life, I feel. I feel that Blackwater Park has a little bit more of that brutality. Both of them, though, are just... they're great peak Opeth records. I remember whenever I was like one of the lone people that sort of defended Heritage. I feel that people are slowly but surely getting used to new Opeth, and they're starting to kind of understand what they're going, you know, what they're going with. I'm really disappointed that so many people have stuck with the whole "why no growls" thing. Like, if you want to see a meme. If you want to see a meme never ever die and live immortally, mention growls on Opeth Records. I mean, that's been a meme that's been going on for like 9 years. Three or 4 sounds alright, man. Feel free to promote in the Discord if you want. Go to town, man. And feel free to send me a message over on Insta. Feel free to send me a message over there. I'm getting a call from... I don't know who that is. Yellow. Ma'am. 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 You're recording right now. I don't give a crap. Goodbye. And they want to sell you health insurance. You already have it. Robots. Damn Skynet trying to sell me health insurance. I probably should have bought it. Protect me against the T-virus, you know. Do I think that rock will get more popular again? Oh boy! I'll tell you, whenever you see some of the wimpy stuff that's the head of the rock charts these days, one can only pray that there is like a slew of kids out there whose fathers raised them, and mothers too, don't want to leave anybody out, whose parents raised them exclusively on, you know, arena anthems, you know, hard rock from the 70s and 80s, and, you know, maybe 90s alternative and stuff like that, and are just pissed off, and are angsty, and they want to get a guitar and they want to fucking tell people about it. I have 21 Pilots. Oh, God. Whew! This wussy shit, man. I'm telling you what. If I go on back to the good old days. Whew! I will also say something along the same lines, though, Paradise. If I had kids, I'd probably support just about anything that they listen to. And the reason for that is because I was allowed to fly. My folks let me fly. They let me listen to the genre I wanted to. They didn't try to pigeonhole me into listening to nothing but the golden oldies from the 50s through the 70s, or, you know, encourage me to listen to pop music or whatever. You know, they basically said, yo, listen to what you want, but we just might not want to hear it. So, you know. 21 Pilots is not really rock. It's qualifying as rock these days. They play it on rock radio. At one point, Imagine Dragons and 21 Pilots occupied 5 spots on the top rock chart. That's what, listen, that's what's being considered rock these days. I know y'all don't want to, I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's true. It's true. And, you know, people that are writing articles about the whole rock is dead thing are starting to get, like, real defensive because, oh, well, bunch of 20, 25-year-old rockers, I mean, that's what people are getting all in a fuss about, saying rock's not dead. Well, they're old. They're old, you know? That's like saying that classic rock is dead. It's just not. You know, it's still being revitalized. You know, classic rock is really just rock. You know, it's all the same genre. It's just termed as classic rock because it's seen as like a golden age. It's seen as the first real golden age of rock music. You know, rock and roll goes all the way back to the 1950s. But a lot of times you see it with some other wording. You hear just rock and roll, you hear doo-wop, you hear Motown. You know, it's still pop music, but it does have a little bit of rock here and there. But the British invasion was huge for rock, and then, of course, influenced America, and etc. You know, music always does change. You're absolutely right, just Eric. But the one thing that I will say about that is the minute that you kind of... the minute that you are looking to sort of distance one aspect of music away from itself, I think that's what eventually breeds a revival. So, for example, we are seeing a lot and hearing a lot of anthem and nostalgia and reflection in rock music these days with some of these bands, or songs that maybe don't necessarily have much of an actual meaning to anything, you know? A lot of songs that could closely... It feels like they're almost written by the same folks that do some of the pop music as well, which they might be. You never know. That had to spark from something. It sparked from, you know, the ending of the indie revolution, which the indie revolution sparked itself from, you know, the 1980s and the post-punk revolution, and then 90s alternative just has gone somewhere. You know, we're not sure what the hell happened there. It sort of derailed. So, it's not so much looking at what's going on right now, it's looking at what's next. It's looking at what is next. And the one thing that I see is I don't see this element of rock music really flying for very long. I don't see that happening. Only because there's not enough viability at the moment And what's amazing to me is that for the amount of angst and complaining and anger and whatever that there is in the world right now, that we don't have more music that really takes a very rebellious stance toward things. You know, we don't have a lot of music that is looking at an aggressive message and using rock music as a vehicle for it. Are we in some ways seeing that a little bit more from heavy metal music? I don't even know if you would say that. You know, a lot of heavy metal artists are doing their own thing, man, and they're writing their own concepts. They're discussing their own stories. They're being storytellers as opposed to, you know, just being a nose in a newspaper. You know what I'm saying? So it's I don't know. Is it one of those things where maybe the rock that we want to hear is actually just radio metal? I actually don't think that's true either. I don't think that's true either. You know, is it that 90s alternative was more of a catch-all term for bands that were actually part of Britpop, that were actually part of the early shoegaze movement, that was actually part of the radio rock revival? You know, is alternative just an amalgamation of genres? If you think about it, alternative music actually didn't even start off as, or alternative rock didn't even start off as alternative rock. It started off as college rock. That was its initial name. And it became alternative because it was, at times, unclassifiable. Aggression is not cool anymore? Metal, I gotta say one thing to you, man. You encounter some of these folks that want peace on earth or want acceptance for everybody, they are aggressive little motherfuckers. They are aggressive the minute that they're triggered. The minute that something... listen, it's almost like a literal switch. Shouldn't even call it triggered anymore. Should just call it switched. Which, there's a band that put out a bad album. Ugh. Yeah. By the way, this closer though, god damn. You want to talk about ending this album on a high note. This last track is entitled Fractals. That was Machines of Man, Dream States. That was the entire album. It was requested by Gamma Angel. Has some sort of connection to these guys. Bravo to them. Really like it. Really like what I heard. It's an album that felt like it fits right in to the mold of, you know, a little bit of technical. There's a little bit of technicality in there. There's a little bit of progressive. There's a little bit of that metalcore. You know, somebody said it reminded them a lot of Between the Buried to me. I can definitely understand why you got that feeling. I heard somebody mention Protest the Hero. I can kind of get that too. I can get behind that. I can get behind it. It's definitely a modern take on, you know, like a progressive progressive metalcore, progressive technical, only without all of the mind-bending sweeps and everything like that. We're not going 10,000 miles an hour. I like that album. I like what they did. Excited to hear more from these guys. So Gamma, do keep me kind of informed whenever it comes to these guys. I'd like to see. In fact, I'm going to do something. Hold on, I need to get something done. There is the 30 more bands you need to know list. I need to Eli Rogers. What the fuck ever. What the fuck ever. And we need Machines of Man, which I will have to remember to look back up before I do these, because goddamn, this has been an ongoing list for quite some time. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Once again, Gamma Angel proves that he does not let us down whenever it comes to his recommendations. Maybe that's more of a signpost that he and I have very similar tastes. Or the man just knows good music. It's one of the two things. I don't know. Why is Megadeth always overshadowed by Slayer, Metallica, and Anthrax in the thrash metal scene? That's inaccurate. Anthrax definitely does not overshadow Megadeth. Anthrax, really whenever it comes to terms of popularity, I would say that goes Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, Anthrax. Now if you're wondering why Slayer and Metallica overshadow them, fan base. Metallica has one of the best-selling albums of all time, and Slayer's fan base is fucking insane. Slayer's fan base is just absurd. Anthrax is the one that oftentimes kind of gets overlooked, and I don't totally get that. They are the one band I would say out of the four that sounds different. They do sound a little bit like the Outlier at times. In fact, a lot of times I would say it's a bit of an Outlier type deal, an Outlier type situation. You know, they still have that thrash sound, especially with their early material, but the the timbre of it is just a little bit different. That's what makes them unique, but at the same time, there are a lot of people that enjoy the familiar. You think Overkill is so overlooked? John, that's because they are. That's because they are. Overkill is exceptionally overlooked to this day, and it is criminal. Same thing is true for Heathen. Testament, I wouldn't actually go that far anymore. I'd say Testament and Exodus are two bands that have almost become weird little extenders to the big four to almost make it into a six-pack. I don't know. There's weird ways that we could probably alter music history just in our own minds with a lot of that and try to spread that among metal fans. And it, of course, would not work. Death Angel is stupidly overlooked. Yeah, in some ways that is very accurate. Death Angel's more recent material here in the 2010s, it's criminal that it doesn't have as many buys as it should, because damn, they have had some awesome material over the course of the past couple of years. Their last couple of albums have been top-notch, heavy fucking hitters. Alright folks, I'm going to get something up here for you guys to listen to while I take a brief recess. I need to go out and make sure that that food bowl is covered for the outside cat. I'm also going to get more drink. I need more drink because I'm a thirsty boy, and if I don't have drink, my throat goes bye-bye, and if my throat goes bye-bye, then shit goes bad. And if shit goes bad, it might be funny. Chances are it won't be, though. Chances are it will not be. So, let's toss on... what have we got here? What's something a little bit longer? Just in case I get held up a little bit. Since we were just talking about the big four, Stallion Duck requested Orion by Metallica. So, it's an instrumental too, so it's kind of good, like, break time music. So, we'll go with that. We're going to go with that. So, hang on for a little bit, folks. I'm going to be right back, if this plays. Oh, it's playing. I have my headphones down lower, that way I can kind of hear myself think and talk and everything. We still have some time after this is done for a couple more donations and requests. If you are in the mood to do so, type in ! Request songs to find out how to do that. And I will be right back, folks. So sit tight. Great album, by the way, Gamma. I'm being legit with that. Thanks for that. I appreciate it a lot. realize my studio here is becoming a bottled water graveyard. Just in time as well, man. Good timing, good timing. Hey, I'll have something to show you guys here shortly. I'll have something to show you guys here in just a minute. Get back into this queue here. Listen to some Symphony X, Communion and the Oracle up next. But yesterday I showed you guys a picture of, or I shared a picture of Mama with the babes from whenever they were just being born. And I shared on Instagram a picture of Mama with the babies nursing. Well, I have something a little bit better. I'd have a picture of just the babies here. So I'm going to get that resized here. That way we don't have the problem that we did yesterday where the picture was so fucking huge. So this will take a quick second. But yeah, y'all gonna love this. It'll probably still be a little big, but whatever. We can work with it. So for those of you who are wondering how the babies are doing, you're about to find out. That's all four of them sleeping. There's four of them there. I don't know if you can see my mouse. You probably can't. But you can see one right there in the back. You can see a second one there. There's a third and a fourth. That's the babies right there. Those are the little kittens that were just born. They were born last Friday, so they are not even a week old. They haven't even opened their eyes yet. They are yet to open their eyes. They are absolutely adorable. They are wonderful, and no names yet, not yet, but isn't that great? And that just, oh man, I don't know about you, but it just kind of gives life meaning again a little bit, in a weird way. There you go. That was something though. I wasn't immediately sold on the idea of taking in a fourth cat, one that was pregnant, was going to have kittens and all that other stuff, because now we have 8 in a very small space, but it does something to you, man. It does something to you. Definitely does something to you. But yeah, we'll run until about 6:30 maybe. Maybe a little bit before that. I'm hungry. I'm damn hungry. I haven't eaten yet. I haven't eaten yet all day. Oh damn, I just realized that. Whoa, that's not good. That's probably bad. I should probably do that, shouldn't I? Yeah. But before I do all that, we will have, because the skies are still clear, we will have the post-stream smoke break over on Instagram, which is a little live event that we'll be doing. So after the stream's over, get on that mobile device, hop over on the Instagram. Old CKN will be live. He'll be live for about 10 minutes or so. It won't be very long. Let's chat for a little bit, just for fun. Have an interview in an hour. Well, good luck to you, Gamma. Thanks once again for the great album. Things went great for me because of that, so hopefully they go great for you. As reciprocity, because you know, the world needs a lot more reciprocity. Good deeds should be offset by other good deeds and other good things. What the hell did I miss? I missed something? Oh dear. Did I miss some sort of wackiness? Some sort of crazy... Did somebody get banned? Somebody got banned, didn't they? Oh dear. Some idiot got banned, I betcha. Oh, Dream States. I completely misread. Wow, I completely misread what you said, Gamma. Yeah, Dream States by the band whose name I just forgot. God damn it. I'm telling you, trying to remember all this stuff's hard. Machines of Man. I would have said Man of Machines, so good thing I looked. Machines of Man with Dream States, great. It was actually a really good album, very solid. Yeah, definitely go back and recheck that if you have a moment. It's definitely worth it. Definitely worth the peer. Definitely worth that for Showa. I think up next we have Agent Fresco with See Hell. That's going to be up next, and I think we'll have one or two tracks after that, and then we're going to probably call it for the afternoon. Unless something insane happens. Unless something ridiculous happens. Unless somebody says, hey, you're not allowed to eat it. You eating is a bad idea. Food makes you gain calories and gets you to be fat. I'm not fat anymore. It was really fat to begin with, but I was a little chunky. Had a little chunk. A little chunk. Trunk of chunk. That's hard to say. This is off of 5, by the way. Symphony X, Community in New York was off of the album V or 5, whichever that you prefer. Very, very good album. Not the immediate... It's not the first album of theirs that I think of, even though it was the album I was introduced to the band with by an old message board friend way back in 1999, so like 20 years ago. Maybe a little bit after that. Might have been a little after that. Might have been 2000. See Hell by Agent Fresco. Here's some Symphony X albums coming in the mail, MJ Nation. Which ones do you have coming for you, dude? Which ones do you have coming? Do let me know. I'm interested. They're a really strong band. Had a pretty good day so far, folks. Let's take a quick little rundown. Let's take a little rundown real quick. The New Mythology Suite, The Odyssey and Paradise Lost, 3 good albums. You'll enjoy them, man. You'll enjoy them. Especially if you've heard nothing from them previously and you're kind of going in blind. You just heard something from Z. Anyways, looking at the bid war, number 1 right now is the Metalhead Box 3-month subscription, currently at $181.66. It's leading the way. Number 2 is the $100 Hell's Headbangers gift card, which is option number 2. So, irony, I don't know. $119 in second place. Third place right now is the cash prize at $91.46. Cash prize right now, by the way, is at $41.51. Hey, that's straight cash money in your pocket. That's not bad. Fourth place still lagging behind. Hasn't had a fight for it in quite some time. 4 terabyte Western Digital external hard drive, bringing up the rear with $25. Looking sad at the moment. But hey, never know. These things have a way of going crazy. These things have a way of going crazy near the end. I have a feeling it's going to go crazy on Friday. Because hey, Friday. Bad Song Stream. Might be a little bit of a longer episode of the stream than usual. So there you go. There you have it. That's going to be massive. Well, I wouldn't worry, Riff, because you know, the event is still nowhere close to being over. We still have this week and then probably some of next week. I would probably aim to say that this event will end on August the 31st. We'll just cap it at the end of the month. I think that sounds like a plan. What's playing? That was, the song before that was Symphony X, because I know that was probably from a little ways back in the chat. This right now is Agent Fresco with See Hell. Requested by Sebastian. We're in the all request stream for free queue at the moment. Checking out some of those cuts. So we'll probably go with about 2 more tracks and then we will give it a go. See you later, Alex. You have yourself a good one, man. Nap sounds awesome, actually. I mistook one a little bit earlier, and then remembered, hey, you do that thing where you stream for people. You should probably do that. It would probably be very wise for you to do that. I didn't know about the Bring Me the Horizon track that released today until I started streaming it. I'll be honest with you. So, you know, I haven't heard it yet, and I'm not particularly excited to hear it, if you want my honest opinion. I'm not sure I'm going to necessarily go out of my way to do so. And again, no shade, just honesty. No shade, just a little bit of honesty. Weird shit in here. This one has not been claimed by anybody, which is a real mistake. It's a real big mistake. Why this hasn't been claimed by anybody? Because it's actually a really good Slayer song. Seasons in the Abyss. Can't go wrong with that. We're gonna go ahead and drop that.
Best deal.
We'll drop that after Sprint decides to try to tell us that it has really good deals. Well, good for you. If I cared, I'd care. But I don't care, so I don't care. And I think we should probably end with something from the Riff Notebook. There is actually one track that he paid for that we haven't gotten to yet. It's a Devil Wears Prada track, so we'll probably hit that up to finish it up. Thoughts on Tool? I don't know. I'll let you know whenever they release their new album. Entombed is a group that started off really red hot. They've not necessarily had to change their sound much in order to be effective. They're legends in their own right because of it. But, I don't know. I like some of their stuff. Wolverine Blues, Left Hand Path, both classic albums. You can't really deny those. Recent material, not bad. You know. That's about all I can say. Hey, Metal Nation, what's going on, dude? Metal Nation, just so you know, there's going to be a bad song stream on Friday. That's going to be fun, isn't it? Do I like Death Spell Omega? Yeah. Death Spell is one of those bands that, if you're ever in like a really destructive mood, they're sometimes perfect for that. Sometimes almost perfect for that, you know what I mean? When I think about the Tragically Hip, oh gosh. They are Canadian legends. And actually, there's a Tragically Hip album that's available in the CD sale. It is actually available for sale. It's just one of those things where, I don't know, I wouldn't... They themselves did a lot for Canadian rock, and sometimes I feel like there's a little bit of, and if you agree, chime in. Sometimes I feel that America is a group that is not, or is a country that's not uber willing to go outside the beaten path at some points and scope out music from other countries, because the Tragically Hip is a group that at times I feel like would have worked so well with the indie movement. They would have worked really well during the 90s. They didn't get a lot of exposure in America. They got enough where they got sort of like an underground cult following, but they're Canadian icons. You know, it would be like if metal fans in America or progressive music fans in America didn't embrace Rush because they're Canadians. You know, Our Lady Peace could have easily been a gateway to more Canadian acts. You know, you have Our Lady Peace, you have Tea Party, I Mother Earth, Tragically Hip. There's a lot of great acts from the cold white north. Anything from Dave in the CD sales? Nah. In terms of Death Spell, what album should you start if you want to get into them? I'd start right at the beginning with them. If you're ever unsure about a band, sometimes your best options are to go with their most recent album or their first album. You know, with some Nickelback and Deadmau5, yeah, they are Canadian acts. That's true. Not saying that it's all good. Not saying it's all good. Justin Bieber's Canadian. You're a pop fan? You listen to Celine Dion? Canadian. Oh, God. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Annihilator. Annihilator's another Canadian group. I mean, just look at that. There is a big collective of music up there. There's a big collective of music just about anywhere that you go. Reed over here quoting Dave Matthews lines. Oh boy. I remember whenever I was really young, and I was first getting into rock music, I would always get upset that on a television station called The Box, where people voted for the songs that they wanted to hear for like a $2.99 fee or whatever, there'd be a rock song always at number 2 on there, and number 1 would always be a Celine Dion song. Like first it was the love theme from Titanic, My Heart Will Go On. Then it was It's All Coming Back to Me Now. Like, Celine was hot-ass property in the latter part of the 1990s. Like, Celine was nearly untouchable there for a while. Like, to the point where the one album, Pieces of You, I think it was entitled, my best friend actually owned it. I don't necessarily think that he owned that just for himself, though. I feel like he was dating somebody at the time that liked Celine, so, you know, being stupid kids, you want to impress people. You want to impress people and be like, hey, you know what, I have this CD, I have this album, we can listen to it together. Maybe hoping to get a little bit of action going on. Who knows? Devil Wears Prada with Born to Lose. We actually have 2 tracks from Riff that need to be played. And I have a feeling that both of those will get played right now. So, call it a little DLC. Little bonus content, little burp content. What is up with YouTube lately where I see that, like, it's legitimately trying to show things, like if it's in like the 16:9 or whatever, like that's weird. Oh, it looks the same whenever I full screen shit, so I guess it really doesn't matter all that much. Oh, she definitely has a great voice. She definitely has a great voice. What band do I listen to that I'm the most embarrassed about? John, somebody had the best response to that I could ever imagine or even think of. If you enjoy something, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. I listen to Justin Timberlake. I listen to a fuck ton of Justin Timberlake, and I love it. Justin Timberlake is one of my spirit animals if I was a basic white bitch. Ariana Grande. Not embarrassed about it in the slightest. Those are the 2 big ones that I would think that people would be like, wow, really? You know, I've listened to ABBA every now and again. I love jamming some old school 80s music. Aretha Franklin was an artist that dominated my childhood. Really, anything from the 50s to the 70s dominated my childhood. Like, listen, there's nothing wrong with liking Adele. Sometimes voices are what get you. Voices and also messages. Like, there are 2 things there that can really get to you, and I think that with Adele, it was a voice that also had a message that felt incredibly real. It didn't feel like it was overhyped or oversaturated or was trying to really pin too much strength or power. Like, the one thing, here's the one knock I have on Beyonce. Okay? Because I've had people in my life that have said, hey man, what do you think about Beyonce? I say, I really don't, I can't get into her. I can't get into the music, I can't get into anything about her, you know. I can make memes, you know, I can throw out old Destiny's Child lyrics or something, or, you know, little like one-liners or whatever just to fucking mess with people. But whenever it comes to the music itself, I'm not a big fan of it. And I think what it is that I'm all for empowerment, and I'm all for kind of turning the tables, but the delivery is just a little bit overbearing. I guess it's a very overbearing style for me. And then recently, where everything has become so art-influenced and everything like that, it's not a suit that necessarily... It's not a strong suit necessarily. And the fact that everything is sort of worshipped, I feel like it's being worshipped just because it's something that's being done by people who already like an artist. So it'd be the same thing as if all of a sudden, say, I don't know, who's universally loved? Who's universally loved? It'd be like if if Creator, who's released a couple of amazing thrash albums, all of a sudden was able to produce a film to go along with Gods of Violence, or a film that went along with Phantom Antichrist, and it was kind of like heavy metal meets it would be like a modern day heavy metal. Not Heavy Metal 2000 though, let's be real about that, okay? It'd be like heavy metal meets the apocalypse. And let's say that for all intents and purposes, it's not necessarily all that good. But it's the fact that a lot of people, Creator fans already love Creator. So it's of course going to feel amazing. It's going to sound amazing. It's going to have this great feel to it because it's different. It's not something that we're accustomed to seeing all the time. We're not accustomed to seeing all of these different things. Beyonce, making a short film out of an album and then putting on like a short little performance that almost resembled like it was a play at the Grammys. Those were two things that were not necessarily out of character, because there's a bigger art in music videos, I feel, for pop music, because you have the opportunity to visually tell the story that your lyrics are explaining. It's just not an art that's being used very much anymore in a positive way, or it's mostly being used as to show people in skimpy outfits, or have dudes report live from stupid places like the ocean. I like the fact that she attempted that. I like the fact that she did that. I think that's really cool, and I think for those that love Beyonce, that is a great moment for them. But the swirling culture that kind of comes along with it a little bit, it reminds me a little bit of the recent Kylie Jenner culture, of that we want to have powerful women in this world, to the point where we want to, I don't know, like with the Kylie Jenner thing, we want to actually give more money to somebody who already has so much. And this is true of men as well. Like, this would be the same truth if, say, there was a 14-year-old kid, like if Harry Styles, back whenever One Direction was big, and he like became some big transformative star, like he did movies and all this other garbage, he wasn't just in the band. If he was close to being a billionaire, he'd probably be the youngest billionaire male. If he was like 14 or something like that. And then people just throwing money at him just so he could be a billionaire, because that status has some sort of like reflective meaning to it. And I get the whole, I get the whole female empowerment. I get the whole feminism argument and the movement to have equality there. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be real with you. Acting equal or fair is honestly not all that hard. It's really not all that hard. I encounter people on an individual basis. My feeling about said person, or my feeling about said individual, is done so on an individual basis. One thing I don't like about this year, one thing I don't like about this current generation, is how words get twisted around to assume that if you feel this way about one person, this negative way, mind you, or maybe you're supporting something that another person does not like or hates or thinks is abysmal, thinks it makes you a Chad boy, cis, a homosexual hating. I couldn't think of the word. I don't think of these words all the time. I don't use these words all the time. These are things that to me are just, it's like an alien concept. I'm not even sure if I use the word Chad in the proper term, or the proper, sentence there, the proper place. There's way too much thought process that's being done toward that. It's just fucking, man. I encountered a person something they didn't gel. I tell you about that. I don't need 10,000 counter arguments, man. I just need, maybe they were having a bad day. Maybe he was just in a shit mood because his wife left him, or maybe he's in a shit mood because he had a bad day at work. Toss shit like that at me. And you know what? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to think to myself, you know what? That could be right. That could be right. Just really irked me at the time. That's it, I'm over it. It's whenever these folks come in and say, oh, well, it's clearly because he was a black toastered Mexican, it's because he likes Snoopy the dog and not Garfield the cat. It's because of this, it's because of that. It's because, tossing around that whenever it's something very, very simple. We are overcomplicating this world with stuff that honestly is preventing the end goal that is desired more than it is helping it. And they don't want you to say that. They do not want you to say that. One final track for today. We have Lilo from Veil of Maya. And that'll do it for this afternoon. Thanks to everybody who has hung out. Thanks to everybody who has been patient with me as I've maybe gone on a little bit of sidebars like that. Hope y'all will come over onto Instagram for a little bit directly after the stream ends. We're going to do the post-stream smoke break. Chat a little bit more while I sit on my porch in the nice fresh air because it is still looking nice out, and give myself cancer. Sadly, no Instagram. That's for tomorrow. Trivium fan, but no bullshit. Hey, man. That's the thing. Opinions are like assholes. We all have one. My opinion on something might be shit. That's just one thing. You know what I mean? I might hate an album that you love. I might love an album that you hate. I might love an album you never expected me to love. You might love an album I never expected you to love. Fuck it, man. All these folks that are getting they base their judgment on the person on one thing. Ain't enough. It's not enough. The measure of a man is not really the measure of a person. Let's truly try to be fair here. The measure of a person is not based off of one thing. Ugh. That sneeze was deplorable. Ugh. I just loathe myself for that sneeze. Oh boy. Oh, Justin's in the house. Justin is in the building. What's up, dude? I don't want to miss this. Oh, we are going to have one more track. We are going to have one more track, actually. We're going to have Salty Tunis with Plague of Procreation. $6 coming in hot from Mr. Justin Neely. Hey, Justin, we're going to have a bad songs stream on Friday. So, prepare your ammo. That's bound to be nuts. Bound to be insanity. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably do something with how much the track will be based off of its length, similar to what I do here. But so far that just seems like the fairest thing to do. Almost too old for bongs. Oh man, I'll tell you. I don't know if I'm just... I never smoked that much to begin with. But sometimes whenever I hear people talk about the Mary Jane, it's kind of cringy. Like, I'll be honest with you, it's kind of cringy when some people talk about it. Not everybody. Not everybody, mind you. But I do remember a couple folks in my life that used to talk about it all the time, and I kind of understand why they were easy people to kind of distance myself from. Not that I didn't necessarily, I wasn't discouraging toward what they were doing. You know, do what you want, man. It's your life. But some folks are particularly obnoxious about it. They are particularly obnoxious about it. So, take with that what you will. I don't drink pretty much at all in Paradise. But that's mostly because of, I'm on medication, but that would be a bad idea. The reaction to that would be very bad. And I don't necessarily prefer having bad reactions and maybe dying. And I know what people say. Hey, you know, I drink on medicines as well. And I'm fine. I'm cool. Listen, man, I've already had a lot of shit happen in my life. I've already had one moment where I woke up in the hospital and wasn't sure why the fuck I was there. I don't feel like even tempting that again. I don't feel like tempting that fate again, so nah. Not gonna play that game. So there you are. Haven't had a drink or a cig in 2.5 years, dude. Good stuff. Good stuff. Congratulations, my friend. One day I will quit the cigs, for sure. That day, however, is not today. So definitely join us on Instagram for the post-stream smoke break. Kaiserben, yeah, or Kasabian rather, yeah. What is the band? This is Solitude Aternus. I have to play with Nightbot and see if there's a way that I can get down to 5 to 10 smokes a day. I am down to nothing. I'm actually right at my level that I've been at for a number of years, which is about half, which is bad, very, very bad. I need to come up with a game plan for how I'm going to tackle that. The last time I tried to quit smoking cigs was about 2 years ago, and apparently I became a fucking bastard. Like, I became a fucking bastard. And I was trying to use the patches. I was trying to use those nicotine patches. Worked for a couple days, and then all of a sudden I went cheaters and sneakers and stuff like that. And regardless of whether or not I was getting nicotine in my body, I became a heartless prick. Hey, Metal Nation, you have yourself a good one. I'm going to be heading out soon myself. So, yeah. This is our last cut for the day. Ever heard of Shapes? I think that's supposed to be shapes. What is up with bands these days that are doing that? They're replacing letters with other letters that are wrong. I don't get it. I don't really understand what the deal is with that. Is that just a style, like a stylistic thing, or is there something like meaningful behind that? Because I see like Churches does that. There's another group that did that. Paris. The one from Paris looks weird. Because it looks like it says Purvis. Looks like it says Purvis. Like, I don't really get that. Like, Born of Osiris, you just changed their name to, you know, Born of Osiris with, you know, cameras everywhere. I just have that be the official band name. Make it really inconvenient to type. Yeah, this is from Beyond the Crimson Horizon. This is the second album by Solitude Aternus. This is some great, classic, traditional metal. Good stuff. And I know Justin is a huge fan of this band. He actually sent me some too, so... CKN Club for life. Too sweet, that man. Too sweet, that man. It is Paris, but it looks like Purvis. It looks like Purvis. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for hanging out. I hope that you will join me for the smoke break. And we'll talk for just a little while longer. For now, I'm out. I'll see you later.